We are back on MorningLine. Our guest in our final segment, Gabriela Lira. She is a real estate broker with Compass in town. Nice to have you on, as always. When we went to the break, I was talking about how I'm receiving items in the mail with folks offering to buy the properties. And we had a caller, Lee, who couldn't stay on the line, but was asking, all right, how do you vet to decide if you're interested in this, whether or not these offers are legit, or if you're seeking a real estate broker like yourself? How do you go about vetting?
So people's homes are generally one of the largest, if not the largest, asset that they own. So when you are making such an important decision, you should interview. You can interview realtors, right? You can either take recommendations from your friends and family who have had a stellar experience with their real estate agent, or you can go online and read reviews. You can now read reviews for real estate agents and see what other people are saying, so that you at least have that first line of defense. And when they come, when you meet them at their office or they come to your home, wherever you're interviewing them, have a list of questions drawn up that are important to you. Sure. Just like you're interviewing someone for any other job. It's a very important role that you're hiring for, so you should get the best of the best. Definitely call me.
There you go. Fair enough. I mean, and that being said too, I'm probably not going to jump on one of these random letters I get in the mail, okay? I mean, that's just something, some may be legit, but that's just not my thing. The big thing for me would be, and not everyone knows, folks, that a referral.
Yes.
I would want a referral from someone I trust and know who had a successful sale or purchase of a home, and they said such and such did a great job for me. That usually is a good enough thing for me if it's someone I know, but I know not everyone has referrals, so those are really good recommendations. But do your diligence, right? Make sure diligence. You check it out. What, by the way, these days, what is it? When how much does a typical real estate agent like yourself, a broker, get from a sale percentage-wise of sales of homes? What does it work?
So commissions in the state of Tennessee are negotiable, and I always have to say that. The going rate in the past has been 6%.
Okay, 6%. And is that 6% if there's two brokers involved, say one for the buyer and one for the seller, that's split 3 each, or is it 6% each?
Oh no, it's split 3 each, but you can always negotiate with your broker. If there's not a cooperating broker, do they still get the 6%? That one broker, or do they get less? So like I said, commissions are negotiable. Okay,
you can just, my thing with brokers, I would think, and we haven't had to deal with it. I have one that we did deal with, and I just want them to be responsive. That's one thing I say about brokers or real estate agents. It's like, it is a 24/7 job.
It
is. It's not, anyone thinks, oh, it's easy, they're selling homes and make this commission. No, it is hard work, and to be good at it like she is not easy, but you're on call 24/7. But that's the thing, if I'm after a house and I need an answered question Sunday night at 6 o'clock, you better answer your phone.
Or I'm negotiating an offer at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. And fortunately, my husband met me when I was already a real estate agent, so he understood what he was signing up for. But I have become, and I excuse myself all the time, a rude person at the dinner table because I always have my phone.
There you go.
Because, I take the responsibility that the privilege of selling someone's biggest asset, I take it very seriously. So if I have to pick up my phone in the middle of dinner and step away, it's something I just have to do.
Yep, it's the nature of the business.
That's right.
The good ones do that. That's exactly right. Let's go to Christian. Christian, good morning. Hi, Christian.
Good morning, Nick. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
So, I have a question. You guys were talking about disclosures just a few minutes ago before the commercial. And like I was telling the young lady who answered the phone, we are in our house just a year, January, and we were under VA. So we had to pay for all the inspections, and when we were having our cable installed, the guy that was installing the cable, he said that the sewer was leaking really bad, and it had been leaking for a while because the drainage had even caused rust into the mud or into the crawfish.
Sure.
So my question is that something that is covered under the VA if you have a VA loan?
All right. Again, you're not a loan officer, but all right. Or is it a protection? Would she potentially have any protections from that? I don't know if that. Obviously, the family selling it maybe either didn't know about it or didn't disclose that.
Right.
So what kind of action could she look into taking?
So the very first thing I would do is call an expert, because I don't think the cable installer is necessarily the right person to identify and diagnose an issue like that. So I'd call an expert in to come in and make sure that when you are having an issue, that it is the issue that your cable installer identified, and then move backwards from there. Go back and look at your previous disclosure from when you purchased your home. Did they disclose that? And sometimes you have to get an attorney involved, because it's hard to determine and identify whether or not the previous owners knew of an issue or not.
And is that where it comes down to? The owner had to know and not disclose to be in trouble, but if you don't disclose because you didn't know, it's not something that you're held responsible for? Willful ignorance? Well, because that's what I thought. When we sold ours, we had someone inspector, and then the buyer had an inspector that came in, and they found a list of about 8 or 9 things, none of them huge, that they wanted addressed. And I said, we knew the house was hot, and we just said, we'll take care of 5 of these. Yeah. The other 4 are yours. If you don't like it, we'll sell it to someone else. You choose the 5, and we'll take care of them. But we're not doing all 9 of these. And it worked out. Yeah. I thought that was fair. I mean, it was nothing horrible, but they'll send an inspector in, so would an inspector should have, if they had one in this case, found that leaky pipe?
Possibly. That's why I think she should bring in the expert, because maybe it just started leaking.
Right.
Maybe it's only been leaking since you've owned the property. So there are so many possibilities here. It's hard to say, but I think the first course of action is truly identify what the issue is, and in order to do that, bring an expert. And further down the line, you may have to talk to an attorney.
Great advice. And as far as the VA, you'll have to check with your VA loan and see what maybe is covered there. We just don't know the answer to that. Let's go to Taylor. Hi, Taylor. Hello, Taylor.
Hello.
Hello. Is this Taylor?
Yes, this is me.
Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, my question is, I see a lot of advertisements on selling your home and your property for cash. At one time, someone told me that, or if you do that, it's to the realtor's advantage and to your disadvantage.
Excuse me, to the advantage of who?
The realtor.
The realtor and your disadvantage to sell your property for cash.
Okay, well, all right. What does that mean, selling for cash? Meaning, like, someone says, there's no loan involved, I'm just going to pay you the lump sum right now?
And they're waiving their finance contingency because they have cash in the bank, and this is going to be a cash purchase. So that's what selling for cash means.
Okay.
As a real estate agent, I'm looking out in the best interest of my client, who is at that point probably the seller. So to me, it doesn't make a difference to me personally whether it's a cash loan, whether it's a financing through a bank, because I'm going to get paid either way.
It just doesn't matter. That's what I would think.
It doesn't matter to me, but what might matter is my client's specific situation that would dictate for one versus the other to be more advantageous.
Yeah, so the discussion is it worth just paying that much money right now for your house in cash, or maybe you would be better off maybe getting a loan or something like that and putting money down or something along those lines. And that's where you kind of discuss that with, but it's not in your mind an advantage whether you're representing the seller or the buyer if you pay cash or not, because it still affects you guys the same.
Well, yeah, what she wanted to know is it in the advantage of the realtor? Is it more advantageous to the realtor? To me, it does not matter whether it's a cash or, a financing.
Either way, you get paid.
Either way.
Gotcha. All right, let's go to Diane. Diane, good morning. Hi, Diane.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. What's on your mind?
I have a question about, I'm currently on a waiting list in a new subdivision, a new construction subdivision.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that if I'm around number 40, I'm being told, do they truly go down that waiting list, or will they allow other clients to kind of jump ahead or make another offer to get ahead of those that's on the waiting list?
Hey, I'm curious.
I'm passing up other homes,
Sure.
so I just wanted to know if
you're
it's
waiting.
worth it.
Do you know how many homes are in this subdivision?
They're saying 113.
Okay, and you're number 40.
I'll definitely get a home.
On the way. Oh, so you'll definitely get it. So, okay, so there's more than 100 homes. She's on the waiting list as they're being built, and she's 40. If she's 40 with over 100 being built, what do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, do sometimes people jump ahead?
So I will tell you that this has happened to my team twice recently, where we have had to be put on a waiting list, and we are squeaky wheels. So we are calling those agents at least once a week. We're popping by with cookies. We are making sure that they remember us, that we're going to be great to work with on the other side, and that they remember our client. Because, no one can guarantee a fair system. So maybe you'll get a chance to jump, maybe they are very fair and they decide to go down the line. But it sounds like if you're number 40 and there's over 100 homes in that subdivision, that at some point you're going to get your house. But you will have to be patient.
That is really interesting. I just think in this marketplace, what you just described is smart. If you're in this situation and she's 40, maybe she should make some Toll House cookies and go by with a realtor, whatever, just so they remember you. And I'm not saying this doesn't happen, it's not unscrupulous, but she didn't put any money down. She's on a waiting list. And if that builder decides he's got a friend that called from LA that goes back to high school with him that wants to buy a place and needs to get in, he may just decide, yeah, come on, we'll get you, we'll both pay everyone else down one more. I mean, and that's not illegal. I mean, you're on a list, but it's not binding. So what you say is sometimes squeaky wheel, which means just make sure they know you're there and ingratiate yourself if you can to the point where they kind of know you and appreciate you. And if it comes down to it, they'll say, well, no, we can't mess with Gabriela. She makes the most killer brookies. Sometimes it's the simple stuff like that.
It's a relationship business, right? So when you are a real estate agent like me that does a lot of deals and knows a lot of the agents in town that are productive, we have great relationships with each other.
That counts. Hey, listen, as we wrap things up, remind folks how they can reach you and who you work for.
So, Gabriela Lira, you can reach me at 615-440-6327. You can also find me on Instagram at the Lira Group and theliragroup.com. Thank you so much.
That's it. So what is Compass?
Compass is my brokerage.
Gotcha. Okay, well, good. You put that information out, and there are good realtors and there are bad realtors. We don't have any bad realtors on this show, so.
Never.
Gabriela, it's really good seeing you. It's always interesting to talk about this. We'll do it again as the market continues to evolve. It's a good show, and we helped. We had some really good questions today.
We did.
Good seeing you. We'll take a break. I'll have a programming note about tomorrow right after this, so stick around.